Hi book friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jen and this is the May releases that I am most looking forward to. You may notice my background is a little bit different. I am in the process of rearranging space in my bedroom to make like a studio space. It's not 100% done yet, but it's on its way. Also, in this tiny room, I have 2 dogs and 2 cats in here with me, so you may hear them at some point. May has some really great books that are releasing, so let's talk about the ones that I am interested in. As I say at the beginning of all my new release videos, these are just the ones that are on my radar, the ones that I'm excited about. I'm sure there are many more amazing books that are releasing in May that I am going to leave off of this list. Let's start with May 6th. Freida McFadden has yet another release coming out. This one is called The Tenant, and it is definitely the cover that draws my interest to this one the most. We all know that Freida McFadden packs a punch and that her endings are full of twists and turns, and that's why I'm looking forward to this release in May. Also releasing on May 6th is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. In the first book of a searing new dystopian trilogy, a young woman must conceal her psychic powers and her attraction to her handsome, infuriating commander officer as she works undercover to take down a brutal government from within. Anything with the word dystopian in it is automatically on my list. The Butcher's Daughter, the hitherto untold story of Mrs. Lovett by Corinne Lee Clark and David Demchuk. The story of the vengeful barber Sweeney Todd has gripped fans across literary, stage, and screen renditions, but little has been told of Mrs. Lovett, Todd's partner in crime, until now. Enclosed herewith is a blood-curdling correspondence of horror and intrigue based on the original Victorian Penny Dreadful that started it all. This is a perfect read for October and spooky season. And lastly, on May 6th is Overgrowth by Mira Grant. Now, this is not one that I would normally gravitate to, but I am trying to incorporate some more horror genre reading into my TBR for 2025. This is a full-on body horror / alien invasion apocalypse. It is categorized as horror, science fiction, fantasy, dystopian, and aliens. I'll probably freak myself out reading this book, but another one that I'm going to wait until spooky season to read. Moving on to May 13th, the first book I have to tell you about is the second book in a duology. And even though I have not read the first book, I know I'm going to love it. I already own it. I will be reading it hopefully soon. And that is the sequel to A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen. The sequel is called A Curse Carved in Bone. This is a romantasy that I believe is Norse inspired. So there's a lot of mythology, Norse mythology going on. I have not read anything yet by Daniel L. Jensen, but I hear amazing things about her all over the internet. An author who I really want to get into and try out this year is Joe Abercrombie, and while I have not read anything by him yet, he does have a new book releasing in May. It is called The Devils, and it will be in a series. I just don't know how long the series is. I don't know if it's a duology or a trilogy or longer. It's a brand new epic fantasy featuring a notorious band of anti-heroes on a delightfully bloody journey. I have been hearing a lot of booktubers who have received the arc to this talking about it, and I have only heard good things so far. Perhaps one of my most anticipated books for May is Angie Kills a King by Evan Lakem. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I was first familiar with Evan through his podcast, Book Reviews Kill, and now he has his first fantasy novel being published. And I'm having a great time listening to his podcast where he talks about some of the stops that he's going to make on his book tour and some of the authors that he's going to be collaborating with on this tour. This is book 1 in the Rising Tide series. I don't know how many books will be in the series. An unlikely assassin struggles to escape a legendary bounty hunter in this breakneck fantasy debut that will grab you by the throat. Perfect for fans of Joe Abercrombie, R.F. Kuang, and Christopher Buehlman. I tried to get this arc to no avail, but that's okay. I'm going to go support Evan on May 13th and pick up Angie Kills a King. Moving ahead to May 20th is a book that I have seen a lot on BookTube recently because the Our Fantasy bingo board was released. And so I've been watching a lot of videos on the books that people are putting on their bingo board for this readathon. A lot of people are picking The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gellig to fit in their Knights and Paladins square. And while I do not have this one on my bingo board, I do have One Dark Window by her for one of my bingo squares. This is a gothic mist-cloaked tale of a prophetess who is forced beyond the safety of her cloister on an impossible quest to defeat the gods with the one knight whose future is beyond her sight. I have not read anything by Rachel Gellig yet, but I love the cover of this book, and I've heard really, really good things overall about her as an author. This is a gothic romantasy. And the last one for May 20th is actually one that I did receive an ARC of, and I'm in the middle of it so far. I'm about 30%. It's hard to share your space with 4 animals. The book is Let Them Stare by Jonathan Van Ness, who I love. I am a Queer Eye fan, and Julie Murphy. This is a big-hearted story about friendship, love, and discovering the secrets and beauty of your own hometown. So far, I am absolutely loving this book. I love the cover. I'm so excited to have a book by Jonathan Van Ness. I don't know if this is his first book that he's ever written, but so far, so good. I feel like the further I get into this book, the more emotional it's going to become. And only 2 books left for May 27th. The Grimoire Grammar School Parent-Teacher Association by Caitlin Rozakis. It was the cover that first drew me to this book, but then as I started to read more about it, the more excited that I got. This is categorized under urban fantasy, adult, paranormal, cozy fantasy. 2 parents and their recently bitten werewolf daughter try to fit into a privileged New England society of magic aristocracy. But deadly terrors await them. Ancient prophecies, remorseless magical trials, hidden conspiracy, and the PTA bake sale. As somebody who has been involved in PTA in the past, and as a cozy fantasy lover, I can't wait to pick this one up. Again, this is probably one that I will wait until October, November, that time period to read. And this last one caught me off guard. Ali Hazelwood is one of my favorite authors. She's definitely my favorite romance author by far. So as I was doing the research for this video, imagine my surprise when I found out that there was a book being released by Ali Hazelwood in May, and the cover hadn't even been revealed yet. This is a book that comes after Not in Love, which is the only Ali Hazelwood book that I have not read yet. So I'm going to have to fix that before this book comes out. This is problematic summer romance. What is wrong meets what feels right in this romance set in Italy. Since I don't know anything about Not in Love, I don't know what to tell you about this book. I don't know if it's a direct sequel, if it's following other characters that we meet in Not in Love. All I know is that it's Ali Hazelwood and I'm on board. If you've made it this far, please leave me either an emoji of a book or tell me a book that you're looking forward to reading, picking up in May, whether it's a new release or not. I appreciate all your likes, comments, subscribes, and until next time, happy reading.